here in Coimbra. Just going to do a little update. I apologize about last week not doing my weekly update for you all, but we'll be getting back into it. Last week was extremely busy for me. I ended up going on a canoe trip that started off early in the day. We had some thunderstorms. It was pretty intense, and we made it to the kayaking area safe and sound, and everything went off without a hitch. But started off with thunderstorms and everything, but it was pretty cool. By the time that we were ready to go, the rain stopped and everything cleared up, and it was kind of what we saw in the forecast. So it was all expected. But yeah, we had about I think about like 30 people, give or take a few people, and went out to about I think it was about like 30 minutes to the east, which was about 20 kilometers from Coimbra to the east. And it was absolutely gorgeous. I did end up getting a little bit of footage from that area. Some of this stuff is going to be on a time delay from what I've been doing. It's not like the videos that I'm putting out aren't videos that are coming out immediately. This is stuff that's coming out on a little bit of a delay. So it might be a couple weeks before I get those out. But yeah, we went out there. There's all this green. There's some really cool towns that are outside of Coimbra. So I'm kind of interested in getting out there and checking out those places, kind of seeing what a little more of a rural life it would be here in Portugal. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, we took kayaks and floated down the river for 17 kilometers, which was a big day in the sun and everything. Had an absolute fabulous time. There were some river beaches that we got to stop and rest at. I think it was the first stop, maybe the second stop. Got out, got in the water, and I was not expecting the water to be as cold as it was, but it was freezing. From like the difference between the temperature, I think it was like close to 90 degrees outside, and the water was like close to 50 degrees. This is like in Fahrenheit. So it was a major shock to the system, but it felt really good too at the same time. Then I think when we got to the second river beach, this was a pretty cool place. It had different, it had like a bar there, like food and snacks, and they had bathrooms. They even had a bidet in the bathroom. How crazy is that? I've never seen that in the United States, so I was thrown for a loop on that one. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, continued down there, and then this was last Sunday that we were kayaking, but it had taken us really all day. Didn't get back into town till around 5 o'clock, and some of our friends that were kayaking wanted to meet back up and have dinner. So with a long day, and like after kayaking had to go take a shower and get back over to have dinner, there was no time for me to have a live chat with you all. So that's kind of what happened there. And one of the things that there seems to be things going on left and right here in Coimbra, just with the festivals. The big thing that's going on that's just ending is the celebration of Reina Santo Isabel, which is the patron saint of Portugal. They just finished that up. On Friday, they took a statue of her from over on the other side of the river at the monastery. They had a procession from down there over to Santa Cruz. And then tonight they had taking the statue. Had another procession taking the statue back to the monastery. But she's a big deal here in Portugal. Not only is she a saint, but she was one of the first queens of Portugal. So I will end up doing some more on her in the upcoming. I don't, if you've been reading my blog on A Typical Vagabond, you might have read a little bit about her and know a little bit of what I'm talking about. So that's kind of what is going on there. There's also like a carnival that's going on. That's being put on by the city. That is they have like Ferris wheels, and they have musicians singing up on the stage, and there's been fireworks, and you might have seen some of the live videos, or not live, the shorts that I've done showing the different lights that are down on the main strip for like the tourist area. It's just really pretty. They have lights over by the monastery and over by Santa Cruz too. But yeah, and I'll do a little bit more in depth on that. I do have a lot more video on that. And I am thinking about putting some of these just like raw videos onto my Patreon page. So I'm not sure if any of you all would be interested in joining the Patreon page in order to see just like some raw video and be interested in those type of things. But if you are, just give me some comments down in the comments section, and I'd glad to be able to share those things for you, like a little more on the raw side. But yeah, I've just kind of been talking nonstop here, and I don't see anybody that's on here, and I'm probably chalking that up to what not being on here last week. Some of y'all probably didn't realize that I was going to do a live video and tonight. So, but yeah, just go ahead and plan on me doing these every Sunday night. For me, it's night, like it's 10 o'clock here. Oh, and I just got your message there, Elmer. That's all right. Love you, brother. Anyway, so what's been going on? As you know, other than this video that I put out this week, that I put out yesterday, was just a little bit about the taking classes up at the university. And I really haven't updated you on that process. For the comments that have been in my videos so far, it is Atamanya. So I do know how to pronounce it, even though I probably am a little bit off still. But I'll continue practicing, get better. It's, you know, when you're learning a language, it's you're going to make a lot of mistakes, and I understand that with the learning Spanish. And hopefully I won't be saying hasta mañana too much. But anyway, that was a good laugh that I had from your comments. I do appreciate it. So keep me honest by like posting stuff like that. If you hear me like mispronounce a word, drop it in the comments section and say, hey, you messed that up, man. Yeah, so I am still at the university working on my Portuguese. Tomorrow morning I do have a test, and I've been in there for like 3 weeks now. This next week is my last full week up at the university, and then the following week I only have 2 more days, and one of the days I believe is just a final. So I only have like 7 more days. It's kind of crazy. It just seems like I began this yesterday. So my thoughts on this so far are I really enjoyed it. I think it's been a great experience for me. The way that they do the immersion program for Portuguese at the university is, and this is like during the summer, so it's a little bit different have a couple different programs in the fall, but this one is 20 days, and I have 3 professors that work with us throughout the week. And during the day or in the morning, I have one professor that's really working on vocabulary and getting those words into our lexicon. So we are learning through her, and then a couple days during the week, usually in the evening or on Friday, we have a lady that works with us on writing and pronunciation. Or just kind of like having like more of an oral experience and talking through the vocabulary that we've learned. And then we also have a lab, which is nice. And I haven't seen this really or heard about it from any of the other programs around here in Coimbra. But the lab really is working on like hearing Portuguese, which really seems to be my main pitfall of learning Portuguese, is just really not hearing the words here. And like I do understand Brazilian Portuguese a little bit better, but and it's just the way that they pronounce their words. It's a little bit more in my mind that's similar to the way that Spanish is spoken, or what I would expect to be spoken when I'm reading it. So that I can read the sentences and understand what's being communicated with me, but then when I'm hearing words, it's really difficult. And at the same time, the Portuguese people that I'm talking to, they are having a hard time with me mispronouncing words to them of what I would like. But the thing that I have noticed also, that's in more of a positive light, is that the human interaction between I and an individual here has been improved just by my slight knowledge of some words. Just being able to pronounce a few things and ask questions, and I practice like what I'm learning. But I've been able to have conversations with the guy in the pasteleria downstairs about his family and things, and he works with his dad and his mom, and I kind of knew that, but just asking those questions has really been it kind of like has opened up things a little bit on a friendly layer, so like it's kind of like, there's like some walls of like, well, he's obviously an American, this atypical vagabond is not Portuguese. It's beyond obvious, and it's beyond just me wearing a hat or like I have a beard. I don't speak Portuguese, so they know that I'm not somebody that's them. But being able to like kind of like learn a little bit more about their culture and being able to speak their language is kind of like stepped a little bit more into their world. And when I was asking about if he works with his father, or if he has like a brother or a sister, just at doing those type of things, it's been interesting. And it didn't happen like right at that moment, but it's like the next day when I came back into the same pasteleria that I go to every day, the father came over to me and is like, just pats me on the back, and it's like something that he never did. So it's like he understands that like I care, and that I'm not an intruder, or I'm not a threat. Just really just kind of appreciating what my efforts, no matter how bad that my efforts are. Anyway, I'm not sure if anybody has any questions or not. I do see that there's some people on here, but I'm probably not going to be on here very long as I am pretty tired. It has peaked over 100 degrees. Yesterday it was a scorcher. Today it was like only in the 90s. But we went to Chappelle National Forest and spent time walking through there. And we expected it to be a little more shaded, but we were in like the noontime hour, so there wasn't as much shade as we were expecting, and it kind of knocked us out. But then we also were trying to go and get something to eat this evening, and they had a procession that was going on. For taking the statue back over to the monastery, so we kind of got caught up in that mess a little bit and walked a few extra steps that we weren't expecting. But yeah, so a little bit tired tonight too, which is good because it's 10:15ish here now. So whenever I pop off here, I'm probably going to sleep pretty well. I did do a little bit of reviewing for my test before I got on here, so might have a little bit more of a review in the morning when I wake up for that. But yeah, that's kind of a wrap up of it. Oh, I forgot to say, you probably seen like the live videos from last night. And if you're on TikTok, I put one on there too. But right below us is a club. I think I've mentioned it before. It's one of the first things that I heard when I was here. But they have like all kinds of crazy music. But last night was punk rock night, and I was excited about it. There was an old school punk rock band from the UK called the Wasp. There was also another band, and I'm not sure exactly where they were from, and I only caught like half their set, but they're called Nadaratos. They've been around, I guess, for a long time too. This is like their 40th anniversary of being a band, and then the Wasp have been around since 1976, so they've been they were around for a long time. Then they've had like a long hiatus of like 30 years or something. But it was nice to hear some old English punk rock and hang out with a bunch of Portuguese having fun listening to some punk. And they had a blast with that. And yeah, and I did get some video of that. So if you are interested in just seeing something like about punk rock, just let me know below, and I'll upload that video too. Anyway, I'll go ahead and call this one tonight. I love y'all, and I did say in the last video hasta mañana or hasta mañana, but really I should have been saying ate próximo semana. All right, and until then, I'll catch you on the next one. All right. Oh yeah. No, it was a really fun show. And I'll just to give you like a little heads up about that, because I probably am going to post that video. But the show, they closed it up and did a little tribute to Lou Reed, and when things were kind of closing up on that song, these kids that were there, they bum rushed the stage and just kind of took over the mic and started singing and just really had a fun time. And it's something that I haven't seen at a show in a long time. At the logo. Yeah. But yeah, so that. Yeah, it was just really wild because, like, back stateside, they kind of were like, oh, you can't like mosh, you can't like be banging into each other, and they're letting the kids really have a good time, and do their thing, and because they're not really there to like hurt anybody, they're just there to have fun, which is really what like people in the States want to have, is just have fun. But yeah, they definitely wouldn't let you on stage, but it was super easy to get on stage. So I might put that out there just to like show you like this is just a little bit of how music scene in Portugal looks like. But yeah, I absolutely love it. It's something that I enjoyed, and probably go to future shows that coming on. No more moshing. Yeah, well, I didn't do any moshing, but yeah, they were banging into each other a little bit, so it was pretty fun. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Love y'all, and till then, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.